Good evening, Vortex Crystal Life. I want to say hi to my subscribers, first of all, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate you for that. And for those that have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share. I would really appreciate that. Anyway, I want to go over some of the just a little bit of history and summary of Dirty Secrets, book 1 and book 2. But first, I kind of want to get a little bit off my chest. Today has been kind of like weird, and it hasn't just been today, but it's been, since COVID hit. Honestly, people changed so much. A lot of people are really, really selfish. A lot of people I've noticed are really just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not used to that, but at the same time, I'm learning how to get used to it because, even at my job, I'm looking at how people are. I'm looking at how people are outside of my job on social media, especially Facebook. I have been trying to market my book since I started writing it. I've been trying to market book 2, and they said, and if you want to get everything, get your book sold and you want to kind of get yourself out there, join the book clubs, join the book groups on Facebook. So I went in and kind of joined a couple of groups, and a lot of those groups don't want you to share your books. A lot of them don't want you to join. I was declined on a couple of groups. I was kicked out of one group. I was blocked on one group, and I'm sitting here like, what the hell? If you want people to join, what's the problem? And a lot of the problems that I'm getting are from my own people, this color. It's sad, but it's true. And other groups that I've joined, a lot of them don't interact. If they see this color, they have a problem. And I'm just looking at how things have changed in my life, and I'm looking at how backwards people are going. They're not moving this way, they're moving this way. And I don't understand how people can move backwards. As you grow older, you're supposed to move forward. You're not supposed to move backward. And I'm looking at how people act. I'm looking at how fucked up people are on social media. I'm looking at what they're looking for on social media. Everybody's about money, 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 money. And it's crazy. But anyway, enough of that. Dirty Secrets Book 1, I started in 2014. And what inspired me to write it was some of the things that I went through in my life. Not everything that's in the book is what I went through, but some of it, okay? Anyway, it's about a Native American and Black guy who grew up on a Native American reservation in Arizona called Saltwater. And he had siblings. He had 5 older brothers and 1 younger sister. And he was the second to the youngest. And he had a hard time growing up because he was a good-looking dude. He was tormented and teased because of him being mixed. He went through that on the res. He went through it off the res, so he was kind of screwed dealing with black guys off the res, and he was screwed dealing with native guys on the res. So he was like sitting on the fence having a hard time. And a lot of people that are biracial have a hard time being accepted by either race. It's like they're stuck sitting on a fence trying to be accepted. And they're basically in a world of their own. His name was Cheetah. That's the name that I gave him. His name was Anthony, but I gave him the name Cheetah as a nickname. And it started off with him being molested by a family member, okay? And this was a woman that molested him. She was a great-looking female who was his aunt, okay? She molested him, and it started when he was 9 years old. She had him come to her house because she said she had a surprise for him for his birthday. So he goes over there thinking that he was going to get this big old surprise because she had money. So he thought, okay, great, I'm going to go over there and get this big surprise gift. But when he got there, she told him, close your eyes, no peeking. He closed his eyes. And then when she told him to open his eyes, he opens his eyes to her being naked. Crazy. So his 9-year-old eyes took this on of a grown-ass woman with no clothes on. And she basically told him, this is your gift. So from there, I went on to write how he dealt with that and what he went through with her. And then it spawned off into book 2, which is what I'm marketing right now, Dirty Secrets book 2, which goes into Cheetah making it through life, okay? And as he gets older, things change for him. I'm not going to tell you too much about the book because I want you to actually listen to the clip that I have for book 2, chapter 1 and chapter 2. Listen to that. If not, if you don't want to listen to it, the audio, you can wait until the book drops. I'm going to have the book out in the summer of 2023. You can listen to it, or you can buy book 1 and you can read. And then, because a lot of people don't like to read, and they like to listen. I'm thinking about probably reading book 1 on here. I'm not sure if I want to do that, but I might. But anyway, to make a long story short, book 1 pretty much tells you the story about Cheetah's life. And as he goes through things in his life, things change for him for the better. I mean, really good. And then he goes through dealing with jealousy from people outside of the res, people on the res, people all around him. He was dealing with all that. And I can relate to that because I deal with that now. Jealousy. People that don't want to see me with nothing, people that want to kind of block things, people that want to throw stumbling blocks, people got their hand out, people asking for shit, back and forth, and people really don't give a damn unless you're doing something for them. And this is in real life, and a lot of people can relate to it. Anyway, Cheetah goes through that, and throughout book 2, it talks about how he handled certain things that happen, certain tragedies that happen, certain situations that happen throughout him going through the good things in his life too. Okay, so there was some good stuff that happened for him that was great, actually. And I'm hoping that I can get you guys to come in and enjoy Dirty Secrets, because what my goal is to be able to get Dirty Secrets to be a series. I want to get it to be a series on Netflix so that way people can actually watch it. And it'll be a visual, something good. I'm working on it. I'm putting it out there in the universe because it's so true. When you speak things into existence, sometimes it happens good. I mean, a lot of times it does happen, especially when you speak positive stuff. Sometimes when you speak negative stuff, that happens also. But what I'm looking at doing is getting Dirty Secrets to be a series. And it's not easy for me, you guys. It's hard because I'm going through a lot of trials and tribulations. I'm going through a lot of personal issues. I'm going through a lot of stuff that's outside of personal issues, people that's trying to block me. But I'm finna move around your ass. Trust and believe that. I'm finna move around you and make sure that this channel grows. I want to get Vortex Crystal Life to grow and be huge. I want to get a lot of my followers that are already, actually the subscribers that are already subscribed to Vortex Crystal Life. I know I was on here doing readings and whatnot. I'm going to go back to doing those too sometimes, but I can't guarantee when. But I want to push Dirty Secrets. Get that out there. Tell your friends about it. Check out chapter 1, which is coming from Megan's standpoint. Check out chapter 1. Check out chapter 2, which is Novi, Army of Souls. Check that out. And actually, I wanted to let you guys know, too, when I wrote Dirty Secrets, I had Nipsey Hussle in mind. We lived in the same neighborhood. We were from the same neighborhood, believe it or not. And Nipsey Hussle was the prime person that I wanted to use to play Cheetah. And he had the look, so I wanted to use that. And actually, he was getting into acting. He had got his feet wet when he played in that movie with Ving Rhames, and he was good at what he did, and he was actually very talented. So I figured, you know what, this is somebody that's from my neighborhood that I could write for, and I could use him to get into doing Dirty Secrets, and it'll blow up. I felt that. But then he ended up getting killed from somebody hating, another hater. Okay? So anyway, here I am back at square one, but that doesn't mean it's going to stop. I'm going to keep on pushing it, and I'm going to put it in his memory, and we'll see what happens. So you guys stay tuned for more. I'm going to probably come on and read chapter 3. Maybe chapter 4 too. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to give you guys too much because I don't want to give you the whole book. And then when I drop it, nobody buys it. So that's kind of like defeating the purpose, right? So I'm going to give you some teasers and let you guys decide for yourself, all right? So make sure if you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button, and I'll get back with you. Peace out.